Hello all, welcome back to Editorial Analysis and Answer Writing Practice at 9 p.m. Friends, if you are watching this video series for the first time, then please watch my intro video to know how to participate in this answer writing program, which is open to all. In a recently released report, it says that to achieve coal transition in India, for the next 30 years, India will be requiring almost $1 trillion. In this backdrop, several newspapers are carrying editorials on the challenges which India has in achieving the coal transition. Now the question comes, why we should have that coal transition? What is the need? See, the reason why we need to achieve that coal transition is climate change, global warming. See, in India, almost 70% of our energy production is based on or dependent on coal. So when you burn coal, that releases a lot of greenhouse gases that results in huge global warming and that contributes significantly for climate change. So to tackle climate change, it is very imperative that we are reducing our usage of coal. So we need to have a transition. From coal, we have to go for some other source, some other cleaner source particularly. And also India has an ambitious target of achieving net zero carbon emission by 2070. To achieve that also, we need to achieve this coal transition, and also we have other plans to change or replace the usage of coal with renewable sources. So on the whole, there is a huge need for achieving coal transition. So now you got the answer why we have to achieve this coal transition, right? But is it easy? What are the problems? What are the challenges which we will be having in achieving this coal transition? See, number one, money. As we highlighted, the report itself says that we need almost $1 trillion to achieve that coal transition for next 30 years. Number one, we are not having sufficient money. Our budgetary resources, we all know, we have a fiscal deficit of more than 16 lakh crores. We are not having sufficient money to meet our budget needs. We have 16 lakh crores of deficit. But however, to achieve that coal transition, we need $1 trillion in the next 30 years. So money is going to be a very big challenge. The next challenge is, as I already mentioned, 70% of our energy needs are met using coal. Right? So if you are going to replace coal, then what will be the other source which is going to help us in producing supply? Which is going to help us in producing energy. So we need to have an alternative source of fuel. Instead of coal, we need an alternative source for producing energy. So we need to bank on renewables. We have to bank on renewables like solar, wind, biofuels. So one side money is a challenge, another side we need some other alternative. We need an alternative for coal. That becomes next challenge. For that alternative, to develop that alternative, we need resource once again. We need money to develop that. And just money alone is not sufficient. You need technological support. Going for renewable, it is easily said. But to achieve that renewable energy, we need a proper technological support. So we need technological investments, right? Apart from that, the current existing energy policies are designed by using coal and hydrocarbons into consideration. So if you are going for transition, the existing laws, existing rules and regulation, everything has to be tweaked accordingly. That is also going to bring some administrative procedure challenges. Right? Alternative is required, money is required, technology is required, administrative challenges required. Apart from that, there's very big another challenge is livelihood alternatives. See, more than 3.5 lakh people are directly involved in this coal sector. These 3.5 lakhs people are working in public sector enterprises which are directly involving in coal. Okay, and similarly, we have significant number of people in private sector who are dependent on coal activity, coal sector, logistics, transportation, etc. So huge amount of people are dependent on this coal industries. Now, when we go for a transition, what about their livelihood alternative? All these are challenges. Now, what is the solution, sir? So what we should do? What is the way forward? See, we need to bring in more money, no doubt. India alone cannot come up with that much amount of money. So we need to ensure that the global climate finance is getting activated. Developed countries have promised to support the developing countries in their green energy transition causes. But their climate finance funding is not yet activated much. So India should take efforts to ensure that we are able to mobilize our required money to this global climate finance. And not just that, budgetary allocation has to be increased, private participation has to be increased, R&D investment has to be improved to find out alternative source of energy. Another side, we have to slowly reduce our dependence on coal. We have to improve the energy efficiency. The overall demand on the energy, if we are able to reduce, that is also going to help us to reduce the need for coal. So overall energy demand has to be reduced. How to reduce the demand? Population is increasing, right? The gadgets which we use, that is increasing. Electronic gadgets is increasing. So the need is increasing. We cannot reduce the need, but we can improve the efficiency. By improving the efficiency, the demand for a higher energy can be reduced. That way coal dependence can be reduced. Right? Awareness has to be improved. Okay, and private participation, global participation becomes very, very instrumental. See, if you take India, India's per capita energy consumption is much lesser when compared to other countries. For example, when you compare with America, India's per capita consumption is only 8%. Right? When compared to America, in India's per capita energy consumption is only 8%. When you compare with Germany, India is only 14%. Our energy consumption is very, very less. Per capita consumption, as a country, our energy consumption might be very, very high. But as an individual, our per capita energy consumption is very, very less. Since it is very less, we cannot stay away from this transition. This coal transition becomes very, very important. Remember, climate change is real. There is no clear-cut boundary for climate change. It is a global phenomenon. It is a global issue. Every country, developing or developed country, they have to take equal efforts to address this climate change. Yes, India is taking a lot of efforts in this side. For example, in 2015, we came with International Solar Alliance. The aim of the alliance is to ensure the transition. Climate change is real. To address this climate change, in India, the coal transition becomes very, very important that we have to address. That is the need of the hour. Right, friends. I hope you got clarity on the topic which we discussed today. Now, based on our discussion, I will give you a question. In light of India's reliance on coal, examine the strategies necessary to achieve an equitable transition away from coal that addresses both environmental and socio-economic challenges. So it will be a 10-marker question. So you plan your answer for 150 words. Right, friends? I will see you tomorrow with another interesting editorial topic. Before that, the best answers for the last week, I will pin it in the comment section. You can go through for reference. Right, friends? I'll see you tomorrow. Till then, bye. Take care.